keep on dancing. Who, baby? Child, I have got to, my dirtiest hair is my best looking hair. It is what it is. Hey, y'all. Hey, Celeste. I'm glad you're here as well. You know who got some good lipsticks and chapsticks? Becca. Baby, had it not been for Marshalls, I wouldn't know a damn thing about Becca. But homegirl, that lip gloss be lip glossing. It be what? Popping. My lip gloss is good. My lip gloss is popping. Hey, my loves, how we doing? Let's do our last live for the night so we can get Debbie and get up early. Because I have to get my 10,000 steps in. I'm starting to do 10,000 steps a day. Listen, with the right playlist, you can do it. You can do it. So I'm trying to get to bed early so I can get up and get that done. Then I got more work to do tomorrow. I'm not going to say I miss my 9 to 5, but I will say when you become an independent contractor and you start working for yourself, you think that you're going to have more time to just do what you want and, like you just don't think it's going to be as many hours as a 9 to 5. It's more. It's more. I don't miss my 9 to 5, but I miss them hours in that bi-weekly paycheck. Oh, God. But you know what? I'm thankful. God is good. God is good. Nessa said, here for the hair and gloss, looking like where the mother is at. Where the mother is at. I love him. He is so sweet. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let me put my timer on. Gonna start in 10 minutes. So why don't you come on in the room? Oh, that was too loud for me. Come on in the room. What up, model genius? Simply Simone, I can't talk about their Army Hammer mess. I talked about Army Hammer mess. I talked about that before on my, not this live, but the live before last. That's too deep. That's just, I ain't kink shaming nobody, but that was a little out there for me. Little out there for me. Yes, get them likes up. Get them likes up. Come out in our room, baby. Oh, Jan Wu 16. I'm so glad. Jan Wu said, Nikki, your live saved me. I'm hiding from my Trump supporting in-laws. I'm sorry. You'll make it through. Were they at the protest? Turn them in. Turn them in and get your piece. Hey, Nikki B. Hey, Emmanuel Jr. EJ. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, Bria. Hey, Kyla. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Stage 4 Indo Fighter Day by Day. So glad to have you here. Yes, you've been booked and busy catering. That's right. Congrats. Hey, Antilles. Hey, Alicia. Oh, yes, Simply Simone. I saw that. I'm happy for Michael B. Jordan. It's time. It's time for him. I mean, I think if he were doing anything else, like any other career, I would be like, you got time. Like keep on, exploring yourself and your career and see where you can go. But Michael B. Jordan has been acting professionally since he was a child. You know what I mean? It's time for him to take some time out for him. And he seems really happy with Lori. I think they were dating before and it didn't work. And then, she started dating some other dudes. And I guess he realized that she's not going to wait for him. So I feel like he swooped on in and got her. And I think this is going to be the real deal for them. I think they're really I think this relationship is going to go the distance. Happy for him. Happy for him. I mean, like if he would have started acting in his 30s, I would have been like acting professionally and getting booked and busy in his 30s. I would say wait, but he's been acting since he was a baby professionally. It's time for him to take out some time for him. So congrats to him and Lori. Thank you, Antilles. Oh, thank you, Nikki A. Nikki A said, "Hi, Nikki. I saw your episodes on Adam Ruins Everything. Good job, guys. If you want to check out my acting, I was on Adam Ruins Everything. The episodes I was on was Adam Ruins Prison and Adam Ruins Justice. Check a girl out. I was also in Fresh Off the Boat. I forget what episode it was, but it was the season before they got canceled, and I was in the beginning for like 10 minutes." Thank you, Model Genius. My lip gloss is popping. Dee Dee, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Dee Dee. We're going to keep you in our prayers. Let's send some good vibes and some prayers for Dee Dee, y'all. Thank you for being here. Simply Simone said, "I just hope Lori won't break his heart. I don't think she's trying to get married in her mid-20s. You never know. If it's the real deal, like no shade, but what is Lori going to do? I think that Lori was raised to marry wealthy. Some women are just raised to do that. You know what I mean? Some women are raised to be wives and mothers. And I think if you're a Lori Harvey, you want to get it out the way now so that you can get that body back and still be hot, like your 30s and 40s. So I don't think, oh, well, she is really young though. Is she like 22 or 21? I don't know. We'll see. Well, you never know. You never know. Oh, we had a super chat. Thank you, Nessa. Nessa gave your girl a super chat. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. How old is she? I thought she was like 27, but I think she's like 22. Kyla S said, "Fresh Off the Boat got canceled." I thought it was canceled during COVID. I thought it was canceled. Yeah, I think it's done. And I had such a good time. I was going to come back, but things happen. But yeah, I enjoyed my time on there. That was my first time being on a show with that kind of budget. Because I've done shows before or whatever, but never a show with that kind of budget. Girl, they just had money to throw. Money to throw. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner was just extravagant. And I had my own trailer. I had like 5 lines and I had my own trailer. It was this huge professional trailer. And I'm just like, oh, this show got money. This show got money. Like the wardrobe was insane. It's just I ain't never been on a show with that kind of budget. And I want to go back. Perm Porn More gave your girl a super chat. Thank you, Perm Porn. Thank you, sis. Yeah, Supernatural guys. I think she is going to get in there young. I think she's going to get in there young, get her kids, and live the best of her and live her best life. Also, someone I thought it was canceled during COVID, but I knew they had got renewed for one more. It was weird because they got renewed for one more season, and then it got canceled, and then they just finished out their season. So I don't know what happened there, but it was a good show. Perm Porn said, I just came to say hi, Nikki. Big Perm misses you. I know you don't know me, but I'm a fan and I used to watch you all the time. You make me laugh. Oh, thank you so much, Perm Porn. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Celeste. These are my birthday nails. For the rest of the year, I do my own nails. I just ordered a bunch of acrylics. One of my subscribers sent me her nail shop. I'm doing a video on that in February. Pray my strength. But I'll show you the acrylic nails that she sent me. But normally, not the acrylic, the press-on nails that she sent me. But normally, I just do my own nails, or I throw on some acrylics, some press-on acrylics. But for my birthday, every year, I always get acrylic nails just because I like them. But because of what I do, I just can't wear them all the time. So I get them around the holiday season, which my birthday is around the holiday season. So they're getting a little long. I don't know if you can see it, but they're starting to grow. So I'm going to wait for them to, maybe about 1 or 2 more weeks. And then when they get to the point where I can cut them off, I'll do that. But thank you so much. Model Genius said, man, I'm about to be 35. I've been living wrong. Listen, everybody has their own journey. I know it probably looks like she's living her best life because she's like, guys, this is a life that you can live when you come from money, when you're privileged. When if you Lori Harvey, but you're working class, you're working a 9 to 5 already. You're exhausted. You're not traveling around the world with your friends and dating all these guys that has money because you're working. You're working. Like every young privileged woman has a Lori Harvey kind of life. That's a life you can have when you're born into money or married into money. Chris S said, I've fallen in love with press on nails since this mess started. Yes. JB says, what? I just started watching Real Housewives of Dallas. I'm also watching The Bell Collective and Married at First Sight. And then I'm waiting for the Bling, what is it called? The Bling Life on Netflix. So those are the shows that I'm just trying out. I'm going to give myself about 2 weeks to try these shows out to see if I'm like interested in them. If I am interested in those shows, I'll add them to the review roster. Oh my gosh. Simply Simone said Versus just announced the final date for Ashanti and Keisha Cole. That versus is January 21st. Ciao. I don't got no interest anymore. I'm gonna pick up a shift at work that day. They kept I think when it was canceled because Ashanti was, she showed us that she was traveling all over the world on Instagram and got COVID. We all felt bad, but we were all really disappointed because everybody was very hyped for that, right? It's also the fact that it was canceled because she was irresponsible, and it was also canceled again when we were, really excited to watch. And now it's like it's been moved so many times. Who cares anymore? I'm still going to watch though. I love them. Hey, moderators. Thank you, Black Lavender. Thank you, Shonda. Thank you, Ordered Steps. Do you guys like the Bell Collective before I get started? Ethan said, Nikki, do you have a favorite Real Housewives of Atlanta member and least favorite? My fave would have to be Kenya. I know I'm basic. Supernatural Goddess said, find a bar at a high-end hotel and perch. That's where the men with the money hang out. Okay. Hey, Ordered Steps. Oh, okay. So some people don't care for the Collective. Hey, Aisha. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Ethan, so before I start, I'll answer your question and then I'll begin. My favorite cast member from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll start with my least favorite because I feel like my favorite is going to be very controversial. My least favorite is, who was my least favorite from the Real Housewives of Atlanta? I hate to say this because I really, really like her in person. She's a really nice person. Cynthia. Here is why. I feel like we have gone where we could go with Cynthia. She never really has a storyline that I'm interested to tune into every season. A lot of times she's just there. And I get you need somebody who is the nice, neutral friend, but I wish she would have something interesting going on. I think she has a really great personality. And I said outside of the show, she's a great person. I really do like her. I love Mike for her. He's a great guy. But unfortunately, I feel like I can do without her on the show. I feel like we have gone as far as we can go with her. And unfortunately, when she was with Peter, her storyline was very interesting because Peter was such an interesting cast member, especially when he interacted with Nene. My favorite cast member on the Real Housewives of Atlanta is Nene. Here is why. Y'all know that I met her or whatever. I'm not talking about Nene as a person, right? As you can see from this season, Nene is needed because she's just a hoot. She started smelling herself and has become unlikable, right? I will give you guys that. But she gives something to this show that makes you want to watch. There's a reason why she has the most gifts, that there's a reason why she has the most like viral clips of her scenes, because she's quick-witted, and when she wants to be, she's funny. And when she's not speaking, the camera is already locked on her because they know she's going to give you some kind of facial expression. She's just really good for TV. She reminds me of I'll go for my last live, Victoria from The Bachelor. She's a polarizing character. A lot of people do not like her, but you're watching. Oh my goodness. I just thought about this. Carlos King just tweeted this. He retweeted the View's numbers, ABC News PR. The tweet says, the View sees its most watched quarter in 8 years, right? So Carlos retweets it, and he says, remember when I said Megan is good TV and she's a ratings winner? Fun fact, the cast member y'all hate the most is always the ones who drives viewership. But y'all don't hear me though, which is very true. I think with NeNe, she's unlikable. She's also very funny, very interesting. She's just good for reality TV. It's the same thing with Kenya. Kenya is a great villain. You're going to tune in to watch how she interacts with other people. The reason why she's not doing so good this season with viewers is because there's not a NeNe there. So everything that Kenya does just looks awful and mean. When you have a NeNe to balance that, or somebody to battle her, she's not going after smaller fish, right? Because she's going toe to toe with this big fish. Now she doesn't have anybody to be a villain to. This is what she was hired to do on the show. So she's going after people because she needs some kind of villain storyline, right? And everybody's just like, oh, she's being so mean. Why is she picking on this person? This is why she's hired on this show. If NeNe was there, they'd be going at it and we'd be tuning in and watching. But we don't have that. That part is gone. The comedy is gone. The battle of the villains is gone. Now it's just a bunch of ensemble cast members and Porsha Luther King. It doesn't work, right? You need that. So that's what, I'm not saying she's my favorite because I'm a stan and I love her. She's good for this show. It's just the reality. Same thing with Kenya. Kenya is good for the show. I feel like those two could never really leave Housewives and you have a season that works. Like when Kenya left one season, I guess to be with Mark or whatever, that season was a little dry, right? Now that she's back, it's dry because now we're missing NeNe. I think the show would be so much better if we bring back NeNe and if we bring back Phaedra. I know y'all don't like Phaedra, but again, she is a polarizing character. She is somebody that people will talk about because you either love her or you either hate her. But my favorite for Atlanta is NeNe. My second favorite is Phaedra. I just think they're good for the show. They're really, really good for the show. I can do without Cynthia, but I can do Cynthia and Peter. You see what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts. Let me just read what you guys said before I start. Oh, JB says this should be the last season for Cynthia and Kandi. I think they're going to keep Kandi because they need a celebrity. They need a celebrity. These shows have now gone to where we have a celebrity on the show. So I think they're going to keep her because they need a celebrity. I'm not sure about Cynthia. I would take a Phaedra and Cynthia swap. Tracy Chappelle said, not a white refrigerator. You see what I mean? Oh, what is this, honey? She's good for TV. Hate her or love her. Supernatural Goddess said, I want Carlos King back. Well, you have the Bell Collective. I hope you guys enjoy that because that's his baby. Tell it, Gina Maxey. Gina Maxey says, Ken doesn't have a playmate this season. And you can see she needs a playmate that can go toe-to-toe with her, and that is NeNe. Ooh, child, the ghetto. Yep, that's very, very true. What did they call Peter? Patricia Thomas Bailey. Anyway, If you are just here for the review, beloved, it starts right now. Let's get into it. I'm sorry, I was reading Dee Dee's comment. Dee Dee said the season without Kenya, but with Phaedra was good. I think it hasn't been the same since they got rid of Faye. I think that those three characters were important to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think when you get rid of one, it just doesn't work. They all need to remain because they give off with what this show needs. You got a villain, you got a ghetto hood chick from Atlanta, and then you got the Southern Belle, who is not such a belle. Very, very good. But, networks sometimes makes decisions that we do not understand. Child, I just have my notes. What'd I do? Please don't tell me I deleted. Thought I deleted my notes. Can we just talk about this mask policy on this show? I am so surprised because I haven't heard this. So I feel like I would know if somebody on the set got COVID. But I am just so surprised that nobody on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that I've heard about has gotten COVID because their mask policy is all over the place. Sometimes they're wearing face masks. Sometimes they're wearing face shields with a face mask. Then a majority of the time, they're wearing face masks with face shields with no mask, and they're just going about, just lollygagging in the scene. And I'm just like, how has nobody gotten COVID? First of all, Atlanta is just really bad with COVID. This cast rarely wears masks, and when they do, it's not proper. How have you all been able to beat this pandemic? This show needs to be studied. I'm so shocked. Their mask policy is all over the place. It's a Christmas miracle, I tell you. Kenya, if you have to enlist somebody to be the decoy host for an event that you're throwing for your best friend, because if you put your name on it, nobody will show up, maybe it's time to have an attitude adjustment. Maybe you're the issue. You know what? I feel like she's smart enough to know that. That's why she asked Kandi to host this event with her and be the face of the event. I think she knows that she has just rubbed everybody the wrong way. So she's probably not going to get into a lot of scenes unless Cynthia, is a part of it. So I think she was pretty much aware of that, which is why she asked Kandi to be the decoy. And to be honest with you guys, I think since she had her child and since she got with Mark, I think that she wanted to leave this identity behind. But Kenya makes so much money being the villain of this show. I don't think she can do that. Because let's be real, what else can you see Kenya doing? I'm thinking that if she puts enough into Kenya Moore hair care, that it could probably, financially satisfy her to the point where she can, live the life that she wants outside of being this villain, because it has to take a toll on you, right? But I don't know if she'll see the same numbers. And this money that the show gives her is enticing. It's enticing, especially when you no longer have a Nene and you no longer have somebody taking $2 million from the budget of the show. There's more money to go around, which is, remember, I talked to you guys about that like last year in a few of my lives where I was a few of my videos where I was telling you that the network is also trying to save money. By cutting out these OGs that they're paying $2 and $3 million to, you get that $2 million back into the show and you can do other things with it. Either you give raises to people in production or you throw more money to a group trip. Something happens with that money that enhances the show in some way. This show has now, since there's no Nene, has now gotten $2 million back into the budget. From the looks of it, I don't know what they did with it. I think they probably couldn't have done anything because of COVID, but that money is there. So if it's not going into the show, it's definitely going to production. Stay woke. But yeah, Kenya can't do anything outside of this. I don't see her being able to leave this image alone, like walk away from this. That's unfortunate. That's why I always say, if you're going to come on the show, flip this bag, have something else so that eventually you don't need it. Like a Bethany Frankel, she comes in and out when she feels like it. When Bethany feels like she's missing the attention she was getting from the show, and when she feels like her fans are fading, she hops back on the Real Housewives of New York. She doesn't need it financially, but she needs it to fulfill something inside of her. That's just what she wants to do. But she flipped that show to get the bag that she wanted. And now she got a whole lot of money. So she can jump in and jump out and negotiate whatever. I don't think Kenya's there yet. I don't think that Kenya is there yet, unfortunately. The lingerie montage in this show, Lord. The lingerie montage let me know that this was a filler episode because there was just no reason for them to try on lingerie. It's just, for what? Like, okay, y'all can talk about it, but why do we have to have a whole scene with you guys trying on lingerie? I think this was just to probably try to give us an intro to LaToya and Kenya's fake lesbian storyline this season, where we start off with, oh, Kenya sent me her naked body from years ago, and oh, I'll pay for her lingerie, and Kenya's like, yeah, my bae is going to pay for my lingerie. At some point, y'all going to offend the LGBTQ community. Right now, they going up for y'all because they love y'all, but at some point, somebody from that community going to catch on that this is a fake storyline, and they're going to be real bothered by it, because it just seems like with all of these reality TV shows, especially the Housewives ones, when they don't have a storyline, they play gay. It happens all the time. And at some point, somebody from the LGBTQ community going to clock y'all, and it's going to be, oof, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. But we didn't need this scene. To be honest with you, the most interesting thing that happened in this scene was Cynthia's hair getting caught on the racks. Baby, when that happened, I hollered, because what Black woman hasn't been there with their box braids? Who hasn't, closed their box braids, especially when you got them really long? Who hasn't closed their box braids on them in the car door? Like, you're getting in, you got everything together, you close the door and your hair go, because you close your box braids in. And when you think you're cute, you walking around and you flipping your hair and it's getting caught on something and you just like, oh. Like, we've all been there. So that's why I love that scene, because it was like real relatable. And it was just funny. It was like a funny scene. And that's what this show is about, or it used to be about. So I enjoyed that. But the lingerie to me was just like a throwaway filler scene. And I just didn't feel like it was necessary. If to get that moment, I still don't think that it was worth it. Let's get to Porsha and her sister. So Porsha's sister comes over with these hot dogs, right? And as soon as she walks in with the hot dogs, Porsha is like, oh my goodness, what is this? Don't bring the competitor in here. Even though me and Dennis are not together, that still don't mean you should bring his competitor in the home. And I was like, no, that's a sister. That's a sister. Because our sister said, since you and him is on the outs, I'm going to go to his competitor. Since he don't want to treat my sister right, I'm going to go to his competitor and bring his competitor on this big budget show. This show that's watched by 2 million people. I'm going to let them see who his competitor is and give his competitor a little commercial, since he don't know how to treat my sister right. I'm liking Porsha's sister. She knew what she was doing. Ain't no way your sister is married to this big, like, hot dog, guy in Atlanta. And when I say that, I really mean that. When I was in Atlanta, he had a hot dog restaurant on every corner. Every corner. Like, he what they say about him is true. He's about it, because he got one on every restaurant on every corner in Atlanta. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. And Porsha, I wouldn't be surprised if you knew too. How do you not know this planned, filmed scene? How do you not know what your sister is walking in with? Go and be messy, sis. I'll allow it. But then they sit down and they're talking about their experience with their father, and Porsha is talking about, her daughter and her relationship with Dennis, how she doesn't want to get into it with him. She wants to have a really good relationship with him because she doesn't want her to have the same kind of relationship that she had with her father. And then I think her name is Lauren, and Porsha start talking about their experiences. And Porsha does this. She goes, yeah, I had a really good experience with my dad, and he was really, in my life. And so I don't have any daddy issues, but like when he passed away, he wasn't there for me as a teenager, and I really missed out on that. And I feel like I made a lot of bad decisions with men because I didn't have my father guiding me through that whole process. And then she looked at Lauren and she was just like, didn't you go through that too? And Lauren was like, no, I was 10. Porsha, how did you not know how old your sister was when your father passed? Like, that's a huge difference. And I feel like that's something that you would just know. But I don't know. She was just talking to her and she was like, yeah, you went through that too, right? And Lauren was like, I was 10. No, I didn't have that experience. How do you not know that? How did you did Porsha meet her sister in her adulthood? Even still, just basic math. So anyway, as Porsha is talking about how she had this really great relationship with her father, her sister Lauren then starts to talk about her relationship with their dad. And all she said was, yeah, he was there for me. He kissed me on the forehead every morning, woke me up with that and kissed me on the forehead. Good night. And Porsha's mother was just like, oh yeah, he took her everywhere. And Porsha was just like, and I was like, what happened? She was just like, I realized I didn't have it. So what is it, Porsha? Did you have a great relationship with your dad? Or did you not have a great relationship with your dad? I think because our father is gone, passed away, I think what happens with people that we love who pass away, even if they were horrible when they were on earth, for some reason in death, they just become this angel and you forget all of those things because they're gone. So I think people just feel bad that the person is not here anymore. So you talk about them in a way that you would not have talked about them if they were living. And I think that with the facade that Porsha was giving us about her father to make it seem like she didn't have any daddy issues when she got with Dennis, so she feels like that's not a problem. I think she was putting that on and then hearing her sister's relationship with their father or her experience and realizing that she didn't get that. I don't think she could hold it in anymore. Like, I don't think she could keep that up because her sister talking about the experience that she had with her father hit her right in her soul. So everything that she was saying just fell away and the girl just broke down. And I felt bad for her because I think in that moment, she just couldn't keep it together, right? She was talking a certain way that was not, to be honest with you, her truth, but it was a way to speak positively about her father. I don't think she would have revealed that he wasn't present and there for her as he was with her sister, because you protect your parents in a certain way. And I think just hearing that from her sister just really messed her up. And I felt bad. I was like, oh, ooh, I know you didn't want us to see this moment. You know what I mean? Like, it was a really hard moment because she just realized she just had she didn't have the same experience. And listening to her sister, she was just like, wow, I want that too. I wish I would have had that. And I think the space that she was keeping him in because he had passed, I think that she let that go and, her true feelings came out. So that was a real moment. Because y'all know she was speaking so highly of her father, and not to say that her father is a bad guy, but I think when people pass away, we memorialize them in a positive light. Nobody ever says that, unless you're the dude from Tiger King, nobody ever says how they truly feel about this person when they pass. It's never really the truth. It's always like a fluff version. I also, what is going on? I feel like I am. All right, am I allergic to something? I've been sneezing all day. I don't have it. Okay. It's allergies. Okay. It's that time. I do also like how Porsha was real honest about her situation with her daughter and Dennis. She was like, oh, I knew what I was doing. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being honest and telling the truth about this situation. So many people lie. Oh, it was unexpected. It was unplanned. We didn't know. And, we just tried to make it work. Let them know. She said, listen, he got a house. That was her first requirement. Let's be very real. Porsha went down the list of things that made Dennis attracted to her. One of the things was not his looks. That was last, okay? She said he got a house. He got a car. And she was lifting that leg up. And he got money. He got his own business. Then it was, he wants me. I think him being cute was like number 30. The first thing was house. And she was looking at that link and she was just like, that's how I got here. Because when I saw everything that he had, I knew that I wanted to get pregnant by this guy. Thank you, sis, for telling the tea and telling it like it is. I don't think you knew what you were saying, though. I think you were just talking. And when you talk, stuff just come out, and especially when you're having a good time. I think you were just talking. I don't think if you really could play, if you had to film that scene again, I don't think you would have said that. I don't think that you would have let us know that you made sure you got good and pregnant by this dude because, he got some money, he got some businesses. This is a good dude to get pregnant by. I don't think you would have said that. Because I was like, oh, he got a house. he got a car. He got a good job. He on his own business. He got money. My legs was open. I knew what I was doing when I was laying down with him with no protection. This was for the kitchen table, not for national TV. Ciao. Anyway, appreciate the honesty, mama. Appreciate the honesty. But I think if you could film that scene again, you wouldn't. You wouldn't say that. Let's get to this engagement surprise dinner. First of all, I thought it was really cute that Mike and Cynthia thought that Joe Biden was coming. Can I just say, when they walked in and they assessed the situation and didn't see Joe Biden, they were disappointed. They were disappointed. Even after they told Cynthia it was a surprise engagement dinner, she was like, oh my God. So Joe Biden not coming? Cynthia, what? It is a pandemic. You really think that Joe Biden is coming to the Real Housewives of Atlanta to film a scene with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Listen, I know he needed to get the black vote, but baby, he ain't want to die. Especially with the mask policy on this show, Joe Biden would have made it out of Atlanta alive. The devil is a liar. He couldn't come down here. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. So anyway, we finally get to this engagement dinner in Kenya. Child. Kenya, why did you give Cynthia the same time to arrive to the dinner as the guest? Don't you normally tell the surprise party person, the person that the surprise party is for, to come like an hour or so later? To give her the same time? Like, y'all still setting up and Cynthia is in a car driving there. Do you plan surprise parties? Because I was like, why are you telling her to come at the same time as everybody else? And it's a Black event. Of course, Black people are going to be late to this. Even if it's a surprise. Even if it's a surprise. You have to give the surprise party person an hour later arrival time so that all the Black people are there so that when the person comes in, all the party guests are there and it's a big surprise and nobody's walking in later. I don't know why she did that. It just didn't make any sense to me. And also, this is the thing with Bravo. I think I know they haven't done it. I think they need to start putting disclaimers at the beginning of this show, probably at the end as well. Because one, the mask policy is all over the place. The way these ladies are wearing masks is so wrong. It's so deadly, especially when this show is geared towards a community that COVID is obliterating. Okay? I just feel like they just need to be a bit more responsible because Kenya comes into the event space and she's like, so everybody has been tested. Ma'am, you have hair and makeup. You are dressed. Cynthia is on her way. Why are you asking the event planner if everybody has been tested for COVID now? Now, because what if she said no? What was going to happen? You was going to cancel this dinner party? No, like I was just like, oh, you're asking her right now? When Cynthia's 30 minutes away, you would ask her right now. Okay, let's just go with it. And so then she says this. Okay, so since everybody has been tested for COVID and everybody came back negative, we don't need to wear a mask. No. Even if you test negative, you need to wear a mask. You're taking a risk. You're just taking a risk because some people could be positive and test negative. It happens all the time. False positives happen as well. And then some people could be, I forget what it is, but it's where you don't test positive for it and you have no symptoms, but you can spread it to other people. It was just, I hate talking about COVID on this, but I've never seen the COVID shows that I have seen have not been as irresponsible as The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And also because this show is geared towards Black people, you just have a responsibility to do better. And it was just like, so everybody tested negative, so we don't need masks. Just let's like, you know what? I would feel so much better about this show if they just acted like COVID didn't exist. You know what I mean? If they just act like, we're not going to talk about it. We would probably prefer you giving us a season where you just don't talk about it and discuss it, even though it's happening, because we're all exhausted from it. And it's a little triggering sometimes watching you guys relive it when we've been past it and we didn't cry and we didn't, we were depressed. We're about to, take ourselves out of here. We've been through some stuff in this quarantine. Okay. So it would have probably been better for you guys not to even address it, because the way y'all address it, y'all are not informed. And it is really irresponsible. Really, really irresponsible, because what if that lady say yes? Well, the drummer tested positive, but he has a mask on and we're going to keep him in the corner. Y'all were still going to have this damn party. Oh, God. Oh, so anyway, Kenya hosts the party. Kandi is there, and Cynthia and Mike show up. Very disappointed that Joe Biden isn't there, but then they finally, accept the fact that this party is just for them, and they finally get into the groove. But for a while, they kept on looking at the door, and I'm like, guys, he's not coming. There's no Joe Biden coming to your engagement party dinner. Like, it's not happening. You know what? And we'll talk about this after. I thought that Cynthia already had bridesmaid. I thought it was just her sister. Like, when she started asking all the ladies, I was just like, didn't you already have this set? And isn't her wedding coming up? Maybe this is how you operate when you got money, when you're rich. Because for me, I was like, there's no way. There's no way that you can ask my working class behind to be your bridesmaid and your wedding is coming up in a couple months. Oh no, I need at least a year. I'll be nice and say 8 months. Can I have 8 months? But for real, I need about a year, because one, I got to put my time request in to have this time off. Two, I have to put money away because I got to put money on the flights. I got to put money on a hotel or one or the other. Then I got to put money down on this dress because I know you're not buying the dress. So I have to buy the dress. And then I got to put money down on the shoes because you want a specific kind of shoe, but you're not paying for the damn shoe. And then I have to know if you're paying for hair and makeup. If you are paying for hair and makeup, who are you using? Then I got to research that person's Instagram to see if this is somebody that I think could do my hair and makeup the way that I want. If they cannot do my hair and makeup the way that I want, then I got to put money aside because I got to pay for my own hair and makeup people. Then I have to also put money away for, just beautifying myself for this time. I also have to hire a trainer because I have to look good in this bridesmaid dress because there will be some eligible bachelors there. And I'm not going to show up looking sloppy in my bridesmaid's dress, knowing I'm trying to get chose. Then if I got kids, sweetie, I need additional months because I got to find somebody who's going to take these little demons and watch them while I'm away at your wedding for a couple days or maybe overnight. That's additional money that I got to shell out. And I still also have to find somebody. And don't let you want one of my kids to be in the wedding. Now I got to put some money aside because I got to fight with her father because he's not going to help me pay for this dress and these busted brown shoes that you want the baby to wear at this wedding. And then I also have to hire somebody to do her hair because unfortunately I am a black dark-skinned woman, but I can't braid. and I can't cornrow. So somebody got to go and do her hair, and I can't ask my mama to do her hair because she complains about it. So I got to hire somebody to do her hair as well. So I got to put all this money aside. I got to put all this time aside. Then I have to take extra shifts because I didn't use my time off to just stay at home and mind my business. Because sometimes I don't feel like going into work. So sometimes I'm sick, even when I'm not sick. So I don't really have the time. So I got to pick up extra shifts now and cover other people's shifts so that I can get the time to get off to come to your wedding. Y'all must be rich, because who can do that? You can ask me to be your bridesmaid, and in like 2 months, we're doing it. We dress, hair, nails, makeup, shoes, trainer, dietitian. Y'all got all that stuff in just a couple months. Rich. This is how rich people move. Not no working class person. Because even if I can't get a trainer, I got to get a membership to some place. And it can't be that place that serves pizza because I'm going to backslide. I'm not going to stay on my diet. So it has to be LA Fitness or that 24-hour gym, and they charge you an arm and a leg, and I got to pay that every month. And because I want to get it cheap and not pay the full price, I got to I have to pay for a year membership. So that's more money. Girl, y'all rich. The fact that that Kandi, who else? Kandi and Kenya were just like, oh yeah, of course. Y'all got the money to do all that in a little bit of time? Wow. Your schedules just clear up like that for this wedding? All right. And for all them bridesmaids' duties? Okay, because you also got to have money. Because she's going to want all this stuff done for her at the last minute. She didn't ask you to be the bridesmaid at the last minute, but she wants to go to the spa here. She wants to do a girl's getaway here for 3 days. She wants to do Vegas. She wants everybody to pay for her food while she's there. Her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to be taking care of the bride. That's money. Y'all got that? Amen. I can't wait to be in a position where you can ask me to be a bridesmaid in your wedding in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, girl, no problem. Let's go. One day. Because they just cried and said yes. I would have been like, oh, girl. Oh, I can't do it. I love you, but you got to let me know. I can't get that day off. Ciao. Go right on ahead. Porsha came late. When does the Porsha come late? Was it rude? Absolutely. Kenya, if you're the host, why focus on that? Yes, Porsha came in late. I'm not going to say in her defense, but it seems like she did not know that this was like something that she should have been at early. You know what I mean? I think even if she knew that this was an engagement surprise party for Cynthia, I think she still would have came late. When has Porsha ever arrived on time? When? Like, it's never happened. It's a running joke. Her and Robin are the ladies that always comes late to the scenes in their on their respective shows. So it was absolutely rude. And then she came in with the chit chatter. Rude, right? I just felt like, Kenya, if you're throwing this for your bestie, don't focus on that. I just felt like especially when Porsha got there, because she was feeling some sort of way, she made this dinner about her at too many points in the evening. And it just was like, yeah, if you want your girlfriend to have a good time, you're going to put certain things aside, and you're not going to worry about the girl that you alone are beefing with. You're going to let that slide because you want to make sure your friend has a good time. To focus so much on Porsha, you need Nene back, honey. You need somebody to fight with, because unfortunately, you're trying to pick a fight with Porsha, who was paying you dust. So you just look ridiculous. Because she's like, okay. She's mad at me. All right. Like, you can't. Child, I'm telling you, I have learned you cannot fight with people like that. And when you were in this, and when you are the person that somebody is fighting with, and you're like nonchalant, it eats them up. It's just like, oh, okay. I'm a what? Not your opinion. Oh, you don't like me? Sucks. When you don't care, that person loses their marbles. That's the best way to fight. That is the best way to fight. Pay them dust. So she's paying you dust, and you're giving her a lot. And it just, you going out sad, mama. You going out sad. And also, you're also looking ridiculous, right? because you made a big deal, especially in your confessional, about Porsha coming late. But when LaToya showed up, it was, oh, LaToya's here. Better late than never. Like, you can't, it just don't work. You can't get mad at her, Porsha, for coming late, but then celebrate LaToya for coming late. Nah, it didn't. It's not gonna go well in your favor. I'm not even gonna talk about Porsha singing. Do y'all think she was serious? I felt like when her and Kandi were singing, Kandi was joking with Porsha, right? When she said, "Oh, it's a duet," they were joking, right? I think Porsha was getting serious at some point, especially when she was trying to do those runs. I was like, "Oh, Porsha, you serious? Okay." Oh, I love her confidence. I love her confidence. Marlo, everybody says she needs a peach, right? I thought about it because she said this. She was like, I don't want a peach because I get paid the same amount as these ladies or more, and I do half the work. That just seems like an ideal job to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how much Marlo gets paid, but I will say it's a lot. It's a lot. The last time, like when, can I say this? Allegedly, I heard that she was getting like 300K a season, right? Allegedly. But this was like years ago. Years ago. So I don't know what she keeps on negotiating. I don't know where she's at now. But to be making like, close to what the leads, not, first she was making more than a few of the leads, but just to be making like lead money and not even doing all that they're doing and having to put so much of your business out there, it seems like a good setup. It seems like a good setup, but I understand why people say that she should have a peach. I've said that as well, because she's just so freaking good at this thing, man. She's really good at reality TV. Because Marlo shows up, right, and everybody's having a good time, and LaToya, really weird. This guy's Cynthia and Kenya and LaToya, we don't believe this. We don't believe it. So y'all can stop. But LaToya goes, "Oh, I have Kenya's naked body as my screensaver." And Marlo was like, "Oh, that's weird." So you already know that she's revving up to say something, right? So everybody is looking at LaToya like, okay, first of all, I just thought that was so inappropriate to do. But I think it's because they're really working hard on this, lesbian bisexual storyline. So LaToya had to do something like that so people can start to talk about, oh my goodness, what is going on? Why does she have her naked body on as her screensaver? Gay, lesbians. So they're trying to do that, right? But it just was so inappropriate and unnecessary. First of all, this is Cynthia's engagement party dinner. Why are you showing Kenya's naked body on your phone to everybody at the table, especially the husbands? It just seemed very inappropriate. I'm glad that the husbands were not involved in this mess. Like, they were watching a game. All this mess was going on, and they were just like, who's up? Oh, okay. So anyway, as LaToya says that, Marlo, who is making faces like, oh, this is weird. She did what? Oh my goodness. So are you going to get your butt done like her as well? LaToya did good though. LaToya had a good comeback. LaToya said, well, no, I want my body like that because she has a great body and I love it and I'll keep it as a screensaver because she looks amazing. She said that before. But I think that it was something nice to say to like, save that moment. But Marlo, that's why she's there. That's why, because who would say that? Who would say that besides Marlo? And then Marlo goes, oh, stop it. I was teasing. Because, that obviously hurt Kenya's feelings. And she's just like, oh, no, stop it. I was teasing. I was teasing. No, I was teasing. Marlo, no, you weren't. You were being messy. You were being messy, and that is exactly why they hired you. There was no reason for Marlo to say that. No reason. But it's Marlo, and she's going to say it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a lot of her this season because I think because of COVID, we just don't have a lot of like meetups with the ladies. As you can see, we're missing a lot of meetups. I guess it's because of COVID and getting everybody together is going to be really, really difficult. But that's what the show is missing. We're not getting the ladies hanging out all the time. We're not getting the friction. I think maybe after the group trip, we'll get a little something, but we're not getting the comedy. We're not getting the friction. We're not getting them together. And that's what we're missing because we only see the ladies individually, either with their families or like they're doing two-person scenes. And the magic doesn't really happen until they all get together, which is what we saw at this dinner. And then Kenya keeps on pushing this. Oh, there are 3 people here at this table that can get it. What? Oh, Kenya, I expected more from you. I'm really disappointed in my villain. I'm really disappointed because Kenya has some good storylines. I'm telling you, no shade, but when that man got involved in your storylines, it has not been good for you ever since. Now you're like down and out, just depressed and sad, and now you're trying to go gay. You've given us so many gems. This is disappointing. You set the bar too high for yourself to be here. 3 women at this table can get it. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes it from you or LaToya. Even the ladies who sometimes are gay. The ladies who are bisexual but don't want to call it because being gay is bad. Ain't that something? They are gay. Guess so-and-so is gay. Oh my goodness. But they over there munching each other's carpet. But that's not gay. Okay. Oh no, I was drunk. You always eating coochie when you drunk? Ma'am. Something else is going on. Kandi, the only one who really open about it, but you ain't the gay or bisexual woman at that table. It's a few. It ain't you and it ain't LaToya. So just stop. Please stop with this mess. None of us believe it. Whew, gosh. It's so sad because when these ladies have nothing going on, they either fake a divorce or fake lesbianism. Y'all got to reach somewhere else. We have seen this storyline so many times. We are tired. We are tired. So let's get to the saddest part of this episode. Riley is on her way to college. So, which was a little odd for me. I'm like, isn't everybody else going to college online? Atlanta is open, baby. Atlanta is open. Before I go on, we got a super chat from Chocolate Bunny. Chocolate Bunny said, I hollered out at the booty shade Marlo threw. Expected Kenya to own it and throw shade right back. Big disappointment. Yeah, she's just like, oh no, that's not nice. And I'm like, what's going on, Kenya? Ooh, Mark put her through it. She has not returned. Since she has married this man, we lost her that day. We lost Kenya that day on that beach with that man. That was the last time you saw her. Or she was probably gone by the time she got to that beach. Ooh, thank you, Chocolate Bunny, for the super chat. So Kandi and Todd are driving Riley up to college in a party bus. And they're getting everything together for that. I just want to talk about this. Ace is so freaking adorable and sweet. And I absolutely love the relationship that he has with Riley. Guys, he loves her. He loves Riley. When he was in a confessional with Kandi crying, no, he wasn't in the confessional. He was crying because he said, oh, I want to go. He wants to go see Riley off to school. And Candy's like, you can't go. And he's like, I want to go. I want to go and clean up for her because she doesn't like cleaning and she doesn't like getting her hands dirty. I don't know about you, Riley. I couldn't have left. Or I would have said, can y'all bring him? This bus is big enough for the whole neighborhood. Bring the baby. Why can't he come with them? Why can't let him spend the last couple moments with his sister? He loves her. And I'm not saying that like I'm shocked by that, but the relationship that they have, and there's such a huge age difference. He loves himself some Riley. Oh, and so he was so sweet. He was like, I want to clean up for her because she was like getting her hands dirty. He loves himself some Riley. And then this montage of Riley from when we first met her. You are lying if you're saying you didn't tear up. I know some of y'all are not Riley fans now, but y'all know when she was a baby, we were all in on little Miss Riley. I still love Riley now, but I teared up. I teared up because we raised her. That's our baby. We sending Riley off to college. We've been there from the beginning. From that little girl who used to wear all them too small justice clothes to now look at her taking a party bus to college. Oh, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she's already back home. Because what the hell is college like with COVID? Like, what can you do? Where can you go? College is, to be honest with you, college is 95% experience. 95% experience. Like, you're not even getting a college experience and you're paying for that. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already home. I wouldn't be. Oh, unless she's going to school in New York. Oh no, if she went to school in New York, she probably was home by now. One thing I want to say before I wrap this up, I love how Kandi consistently eats on camera. Have we ever seen another housewife who eats on camera? We only see the Real Housewives of New York housewives eat on camera, but they're always drunk and high, so it's not normal. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, okay, somebody's full of champs and meth, so it's never a normal way of eating. But Kandi is always eating. And the food that she is eating is always, it seems delicious. The way she was tearing up, I don't know if it was spaghetti or whatever it was. She ate it this entire scene. She was saying that she was stress eating, but I'm like, Kandi, well, you eat in every scene. You can't be stressed out this much. You eat in every scene. I love that. I love a real housewife, and Kandi is it. Kandi is it. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about with this episode. Now we're going to get into the chit chatter. And if you were just here for the review, beloveds, it ends right now. Let's chat about it. Oh, Pink Petal said, we watched her grow up. That was the best scene of the show. Listen, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh. We watched her grow. I did not know we've been watching this show this long. We raised Riley. I did not know that she was so small when we met her. I was like, oh, Riley was really a little girl. I thought we met her when she was like a teenager. We met Riley when she was a single digit. We've been watching this show a real long time. We have been on the journey with these ladies, which is why I won't be upset if the journey ends here. You know what I mean? Like, you've given us 13 years, ladies. What else can you possibly show us? It's okay. It's okay to move on. Move on. And let us get some, I hate to say this, younger and newer housewives. They don't have to be like in their, they don't have to be like in their 20s or whatever, right? But we need two things. We need younger housewives and we need newer housewives. We need housewives out of every decade, specifically late 20s, mid to late 30s, mid 40s, early 50s. That's what we need. Give us some real housewives from Atlanta, born and raised in ATL, born and raised in Georgia. You can give us Georgia. Give us something like that. We need a housewife who is married or getting divorced from a bishop. You know what I mean? If you don't want to bring Phaedra back, give us a Southern Belle. We need a Southern Belle. There are so many successful Black women in Atlanta who are also wives and doing the damn thing and are wealthy. I want some wealthy Black, not rich, wealthy Black housewives on Atlanta because they exist. They exist. Right now, no shade. The only wealthy housewife is Kandi. It's Kandi. This show is about opulence. You know what I mean? This show is about wealthy ladies of leisure. We need to get that in Atlanta, and it's there. And it's there. We don't need another celebrity. We don't need celebrities. Just give us wealthy Black housewives in Atlanta. This show does not need to be diverse. Don't need to diversify Atlanta. It works Black. This show works Black. They need to do something like that. It's time. It's time, especially if you're not going to bring back the core cast that built this show, then just go brand new. It's time. Chi, you know she was in them Justice shoes, them Justice clothes with them glittery Sketcher shoes. That's how we met Riley. Poor Shekela said that's a Capricorn for you. We just want to take care of our loved ones. It could sometimes be our downfall, though. Are you talking about Kandi? It's Kima said, at least Riley is going to college and get a degree. She's the only one I knew that was going to get a degree. Oh, no. Whose kid also went to college? Cynthia's daughter's in college. Oh, did she come back home? It's Will Milan said, from a college student, we do have class in person, and we still do what we want. Oh, thank you for that. I was not aware. You have in-person classes? Tell me about it. Are you guys, do you have to wear masks? Like, what is the procedure? I didn't know about that. Everybody that I know that's in college are doing it from home. I don't know anybody who was taking in-person classes. Oh, she went to, oh, wait, they're driving to, oh, that probably won't be a long drive. She went to, Raleigh is going to NYU? Huh. I'm interested to see who she will be at NYU, like when she gets done. Because that New York is not for the faint of heart. New York is not for the faint of heart. That city is a test. That city is a test. And if she went to NYU, she's definitely not doing in-person classes because New York has been on lockdowns forever. So is she? Oh, wait, I don't think she's in the dorms either. I think Kandi got her own place. Oh, God, I would, you know what, Lord, why was I born broke? I would have loved to gone to attend NYU. I told y'all that I got into NYU, but I couldn't afford it, so I had to let it go. The only thing they could offer me was a $30,000 scholarship each semester. That's nothing. I would have been what, $70,000 in debt every semester. Every semester, because it's $100K to go to that school. And that was my dream school. And when I saw how much money they were giving me, my mom was just like, we can't do it. And I knew that. I didn't even, push it, but it was just like, I wish I had the money to go to NYU and have my own apartment in Manhattan. God, I say that now knowing I'm not going to give my kids that life. Like if I win, I get my money. You get an apartment in Manhattan at 17, get the hell out of here. Child, you get in a studio in Newark, New Jersey, and you better do with that what you can. Oh, wow. Congrats. NYU. Yeah, me too, Candace. I forgot that she was that young on the show. I had no idea until we did the little montage, and I was like, oh, low rah-rah. Like, we met her when she was like really, really young. Oh, it's right. Who y'all talking about? Who you talking about? You said she's a wonderful friend. Thank you so much for the advice. I'm excited to go to Ghana and support her. Who are we talking about? Oh, Kyla, yes. Kyla said, OMG, when he said she didn't bring gloves, I melted. That part, guys, he loves Riley. I remember, I don't think it was 2 seasons ago, but Riley was crying about something. And all you can hear in the audio was Riley crying. And you can hear Ace, Riley, what's wrong? Riley, tell me what's wrong. Oh, Riley, don't cry, Riley. Don't cry. He loves himself some Riley. And I love that because they have such a huge age difference. But that is his big sis, and he loves her. Yeah, a model genius. I couldn't leave Ace. I would just tell my mom. I'd be like, Candy, because when you're a rich kid, you don't call your parents. You don't call your parents mom and dad. Candy, girl, I'll leave tomorrow. I'm gonna stay here with the baby, or just bring him. He couldn't come to New York, or maybe because of New York's restrictions, they probably just thought it would be better for him to stay here. I don't know. Momi said, nobody better come between Candy and her plate. She would not put that spaghetti down at all. I was like, well, girl, give us the recipe. What you put in that? Oh, in a poor thing. Poor thing. You're eating all that pasta and you're going to be on a road trip from Atlanta to New York. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Maybe if I was taking a plane ride from ATL to New York, but you're going to be on a road trip. Ma'am, unless you were walking that pasta off, honey, you want to take a couple dumps during this road trip to get all that pasta out of your system. Girl, no. Only eat pasta if you know you're going to do a run after. Don't eat pasta and just sit there. Baby, you're going to have a time getting that out of your system. Pasta and red meat. Mm-mm. Shams and meth. Listen, Chi, did I lie? Did I lie? You know what? I haven't watched Chasing Reality yet. I gotta watch the season finale because the reunion is about to come up. The Nicholas Express said, "Can you believe that British and possibly Sunday are back on Basketball Wives? I hope they team up with OG." I was not excited about that casting. I'm sorry, when British was on, she didn't give us anything. When Sunday was on, she didn't give us anything. And I love Sunday because she's from Philly. You know what I mean? That's about it. I didn't think that either one of them was good on the show. I was hoping they could get new girls. I don't know why they keep on recycling old cast members. Something is going on with Basketball Wives. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I hope we don't have light against dark again. Whew. I think the fan base got Shawnee together enough where she won't do that. But that was a season. Oh, Shantavia said, I don't know what they did in the city, but in other places in New York, there was still college students who lived in dorms. My friend is a teacher. He's currently still teaching online. He's currently still teaching online, and he teaches college as well as high school, but not NYU, so it could be different. Gina said, we have known Mama Joyce that long. Yep. I think we knew Mama Joyce before she started wearing wigs. I think so. The Nicholas Express said, I really was hoping that Shamari would be the Candy replacement. Excuse me. Shamari faded fast, and I think it's because Shamari was having. I think I'm just gonna be real. I think Shamari didn't have the same coin to really portray what this show needed. I think if they stayed on the show, we would probably see them struggling in a way that I don't think she would want on TV. Because in the entertainment industry, you have to keep up the facade that you have this money. And New Edition, they got coin. Like New Edition makes money. But you got to have money to be on these shows, like money to throw away. Candy, Josie Master says, Candy married Otis in college. Cynthia married her kids in college as well. What else is there to show us with these two? Oh, y'all really want to get rid of Candy? I think because I just like her. And also, I just think, I don't know, I think I just like Candy because Candy has been a part of my life since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like we were introduced to Candy when she was a kid herself, right? So I don't know. I'm holding on to her for some reason. But I hear y'all and I understand. But I'm like, can we do it without Kandi? I think Kandi could be the new Cynthia. You know what I mean? The neutral friend, the nice friend, the one who doesn't have any drama going on, but they're the ones that always is trying to fix the issues in the group. Maybe, I don't know. But y'all like Kandi and Cynthia could go. Rolling. Oh, wait, we got a super chat. Who we got a super chat? Is this Anika? Hey, Anika. Anika said, I'm back. Hey, Nikki Boo. Love from Joe Biden land. Hey, sis. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is something burning? No, they always burning something in the kitchen. As soon as I get on a live, they want to start burning stuff. Rolling 6700 said, I don't want to see celebrities, to be honest. There are a lot of wealthy Black women in Atlanta. Yes, and I think that's what's good about the show. When we don't know anything about these people, you know what I mean? When they don't really have a socialite or celebrity standing, they can come in and be whatever. You know what I mean? And they'll also be very raw because this will be their first time doing something like this. And we all know when the person is new or when the season seems kind of new, we get some good stuff because these people have no idea how this thing goes, how reality TV goes. This is their first time in front of the camera. So we'll get a lot of, what is her name? Drew, is it Drew? Like Drew, how Drew came in with her family. I think we're going to get a lot of that. She's a bit more polished because she's an actress, but I want some raw, wealthy Atlanta housewives. And just the ones that, the ones that Bravo loves, like Kandi and Porsha, give them spinoffs. You know what I mean? Porsha said, I think that Jock's fiance from Love and Hip Hop ATL would be a better fit on here. She didn't really take off for me on that show because she came in a certain way and then she like resorted to being like Jock's side chicken. When she was like showing up in scenes and lingerie, stealing him from the woman he was with and ready to fight her, I was like, oh, girl, you came in this show so different. You didn't have to come here. You didn't have to be this role. Y'all like Shamari? It's Kima? Shamari just didn't really pop for me. Mo Me said, I don't think the wealthy ones want to be on the show. All they can pull from are celebs who need some visibility. The thing about it is there are a lot of wealthy people who want to be famous. They'll actually take fame over wealth if they can. You just got to find the right ones. You got to find them eccentric ones. And there's a lot of eccentric wealthy people in Atlanta. Yeah, Priscilla, we need a funny housewife. If you're not going to bring back Nene, we need somebody who will be the comedic relief. That's why when they were saying that Monique was going to join the cast, I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. I hope Monique rethinks that. I hope she does. Like, can you imagine having Monique on that show? She would be so good. Hi, my loves. What hoe was looking at my husband? Because she is something else about that husband. Josie Masters says Shamari said her husband ain't down for her being a full-time housewife. Listen, that check can't hurt. Oh, Noelle dropped out. I didn't know that. Oh, good. Well, have fun. It's Ray. Oh, Noelle is modeling in LA? So everything is shut down. So she has to be back home with Cynthia. Jelly said, I go to school in New York. It's all online. Momi said, yes, there are schools that have in-person classes. I work for a university. The classes that can't be conducted online, like lab courses, have to be in person. Okay. Oh, so Model Genius said Riley is living in New York, but still taking online classes. Okay, Riley. Okay. All right. You're toughing it out. But you know what? You're seeing New York during COVID, during the pandemic. When New York gets back to being New York, ciao. Oh, good for her. Simply Simone said, I have online and in person classes. We wear masks and social distance in the classes and buildings. Oh, Sadoki said, Kenya gotta go. Give Marlo a peach. Cynthia is a yawn. And uh whatever happened to the Bailey agency. She did have a lot of businesses that she started and stopped. I think with a man like Mike, I think she will have some successful businesses because he's a businessman. And I think he'll steer her in the right direction. And not saying that you need a man to steer you in the right direction in a marriage financially and concerning businesses and that women need that right. I'm not saying that every woman needs that. Cynthia does. Cynthia does. No, I'm talking about Monique the comedian, Dee. That's what I'm talking about. Not Monique from Potomac. Monique would be fighting every day. Her and Porsha, ciao, bop, 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 bop. Yeah, Simply Simone. Had a whole lingerie scene welcoming him in because he did this whole thing about how he has another girl that he's seeing and he was cheating on that girl that's a rapper. And when he opened the door, it was his baby mama in her lingerie. I love the sisters from Escape, but they don't have the. I don't think they have the coin to do the show. Simply Simone said, and she just announced her divorce. Are you still talking about Kendra? News just came out that the guy that said at and Nancy Pelosi's death and took her mail could get up to 11 years in prison. And that's just for one offense. Oh, Dollface, Kenya would definitely eat Candace alive. She can't come to Atlanta. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I think Atlanta just needs to go with unknowns. Just unknowns. I don't think they need to go with anybody who I don't think they need to go with anybody who we know. Unless it's Monique. Monique the comedian. That's the only one who I would want. Because I'm thinking about we need somebody in the Nene role. We need a funny housewife who is kind of motherly. And that's the only person I could think of. But there does need to be a switch, a change up in Atlanta. Well, see, this is the thing, Brittany Mel. Brittany Mel said Nene tried to do her own show. It was a hot mess and ain't popping no more. Nene is not a producer. Nene is not a content creator. Nene is a performer. And sometimes you could be a performer and be a producer and be a content creator and be a writer, and you'll be able to do everything that comes with a show. But Nene's not that. She needs help in those areas, and doing it on your own, you realize that you just don't have that vision. So she doesn't have the vision. I think the smartest thing for her to do would be to team up with Carlos King. Team up with him and create a show. That's the like. I think she wants to be independent and do her own thing, but you have to work in your strengths. And your strengths are performing on reality TV. You are just naturally funny. You have great timing. Get with somebody who can make you a star again. And I think it's Carlos King. Oh, Candace won't survive Atlanta at all. Not even on day one. Nicholas Express, I don't believe that because if he did, Nene would have never let that go. She would have never let that go. Mackie Styles, thank you so much for the super chat. Mackie Sykes said Styles. Mackie Sykes said, have you seen the trailer for the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville? And did you see the Gayle King interview with Hotel Karen? I have not seen the trailer for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I did see that interview with Gail and that girl. She doesn't seem well. There's a lot of videos of her being arrested. Like, it seems like something is up with her. That girl does not seem well, but I think what she's probably going to do with this horrible fame that she has now received from assaulting that black boy. I think what's going to happen with her is I think she's going to go to OnlyFans. I think she's going to start an OnlyFans, and she's going to make bank. I think that's what she's going to do. Maggie NYC said, but Monique isn't malicious like Nene. She's direct, though. And that's all she needs. And also, it's Monique. Monique is Monique. She's funny, and she's direct, and she can be shady. Like, go back and look at her on Charm School. She can hold the show. She can hold the show. I think she would be great. I think she would be great. Brittany Mel, I haven't seen the new Love and Hip Hop. I didn't even know that it was back on. I thought that show was canceled. Nicholas, not yet. I still haven't saved. I'm telling you, I am going to watch it, and you're going to be the first person I let know about it. The reason why I'm just putting it on hold, because you told me that there's no more episodes, so I don't want to get invested in the show and not be able to like continue and not be able to review it if I like it, because from what I've seen so far, it looks very interesting. But if it's not a continuing show, I can just put that on the side to watch later. I have that queued up, ready to go to watch when I have some downtime. That show, The Real Housewives of Johannesburg, and The Boys. I still haven't gotten into The Boys yet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Kyla. When I saw the hat, I was just like, oh, you're trying to use this fame for some kind of porn life that you're entering into. Carolyn, I haven't watched, I think it's called Bridgerton. I haven't watched that yet either, but that's saved. I got a whole lot of stuff saved when I have some time. To be honest with you guys, I probably won't be able to watch these shows until March. Oh my God. Simply Simone said, Love and Hip Hop just announced a reunion show for all the franchises. Mona sold the shows to WeTV. That makes sense. That makes sense. What happened with you on VH1 though? Wow. Oh, The Real Housewives of Durban. Really, Nicholas? Okay. Keep me posted. Yeah, I'm about to get into The Boys. I don't literally have any time. Dowface, the Nicholas Express sent me the link. So Nicholas, can you either put the link in the chats, or anybody who's asking, can you send that to them? I don't know how you could do it, but I'm hoping that could get to them. He sent me the links. I just haven't watched them yet. Rolling 6700 said, a reality, I don't know why I said your name like that. Are reality shows dying down? The ratings are what they used to be across the board. I think streaming services are killing a lot of shows, not just reality TV shows. I think, streaming services are the new thing, and everybody's just going to there. Before we had streaming services, all we had was cable TV. So now that we have so many options, people are just jumping back and forth. They'll eventually come back around to reality TV. But I don't see that happening for a while. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll definitely check out Bridgerton. I'll definitely check that out. But I'm also trying to get more into scripted shows because I want to do some reviews for that as well. So, because right now my whole lineup is reality TV, and I want to, I review other stuff. I review movies, and I want to get back into that because that's also something that I was building, that I built my channel off of as well. There are a lot of people who like my scripted TV show reviews. My phone is blowing up from The Bachelor. All these people are commenting about it, and I'm like, all right, my family. Again, thank you all for joining me again tonight. It's been real. Tomorrow, I'm not posting anything tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Thursday, I'll be doing my live for Orange County and Salt Lake City. And Friday is Love After Lockup. And Saturday is Drag Race. I got to put Drag Race up. But yeah, join me then. Take it easy. Sleep tight, or if you're on the other side of the world, go ahead on to work and have a good time. Again, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you Thursday for Orange County and Salt Lake City. Love you, family. Have a good day or night. Love y'all. Bye. Oh my God. Oh my God. B Stokes Styling. I'm leaving and here you come. Join me on Thursday. I know. I'm sorry, B Stokes. I'll see you. See you Thursday, my love. Bye, guys.